Hi Ashish, thank you for being with us here today. As you're aware, child sexual abuse is a big problem in our country. In fact, according to the 2007 government data, 1 in 2 children face one or more forms of sexual abuse in our country. And we need people like you to speak up about it and help us create awareness. So thank you for being a part of this. What made you support this initiative?
As you said it, child sexual abuse is really a big problem. And it affects children across castes, across communities, across age, across culture, across regions, across socio-economic backgrounds. It's not limited to just one background. And what's the scary part is that in most cases, the abuser is not a stranger. So that stranger, which you tell a child, don't talk to strangers, don't say hello to strangers. This abuser is most probably in the family. And many times the abuser who's within the family is doing this abuse on the child over a period of time. So obviously this can impact the child not just in the short term, but in the long term. It can affect the children's ability to study. So it has an impact not just in that childhood which is lost, but also in preparation for the future. The child may get depressed, have anxiety, could self-harm herself. And the worst part for me is that somebody who has gone through this kind of exploitation may grow up to become somebody who exploits other children. So, I mean, this is a nightmarish thought that this kind of an abuse, when it happens to a child, can really turn that child, who's a very kind, wonderful, caring child, into a monster. So it's critical that we provide our children with an environment which is safe, which is free from abuse, that is the responsibility of each one of us. And what I liked about your entire effort is that it is not just asking for stronger penal code. It's not just saying that you must increase the quantum of punishment. Because even though there is the quantum of punishment, people do commit such crimes. So probably a great thing in your initiative is, it is saying that let's impact those people who are doing this so that they do not act on their impulses. So in fact, I would love to learn from you, what is it that you are doing different this time from what was done earlier to actually combat child sexual abuse?
So, absolutely. So, the Don't Offend India network is a relatively new approach that looks at providing treatment for those with pedophilia or sexual preference for children to prevent them from committing offenses against children.
So, I think that's an extraordinary way of dealing with it, because it is not saying that push it under the carpet, make it something which is just because it's illegal. Because people, if you make it illegal, people will just continue to do it. What I understood is this, that some of us who are phantasmal about becoming rich, some of us, who get angry very soon. But just because we want to go rich doesn't mean that we go out and rob a bank. Just because we are angry with someone doesn't mean that we go and kill someone, hurt someone. So we do not necessarily act out our fantasy. And what I'm understanding from your effort is, you're saying that, look, if you have a fantasy, got it, but deal with it. Because as long as it remains a fantasy, it is not harming people. But the moment that fantasy is allowed to fester, that turns into action. That turns into action which can maim a child forever. So this kind of treatment, if what I've understood from you, is actually stopping people from acting on their fantasies. So actions are criminal, fantasies are not. And that ability for a person to say that, so it's not putting people behind closed doors, because that person who has fantasies could be functional in other areas of life. And what we need to do is to provide support in that area that phantasmal area that is happening in their mind. Because as they start remaining in that phantasmal area and start taking actions on that, that is when that person becomes a criminal. So I really think that this is a yeoman service that you're doing to encourage people to reach out from, rather than pushing them into the dark and the underground and so that they are secretive, let them actually go out, seek help, and so that they can help themselves not to make others victims. And this initiative of yours, I think what I love about it is that it is saying that even though you may have those fantasies, they are treatable. There are people, there are experts who are doing it. And this being a gathering of Indo-German experts who have really worked out. We don't know the details of it because we are people who are told about what you people have done. But I really think that this is extraordinary when psychologists like you, who have minds of different worlds, the best of the psychologists have gotten together and said that we actually have a methodology in which we can alter the way these people are thinking, such that even though they may have those fantasies, they don't turn it into actions. Is there help available? And where is the help available? So to know more about this initiative, you may take action. For information and support, you can check on the website troubleddesired.com, or you may call on the toll-free number, which is 1-800-300-00681. And if you are in Delhi, you may visit the stall, the OPPI stall number 5 at the Taj Diplomatic Enclave, which is on the 13th of July. The Prevention of Child Sexual Abuse Initiative has a stall at the Taj Diplomatic Enclave on the 13th of July, and the stall number is 5. So do visit us and let us know more about how you can play a role in stopping child sexual abuse.
Thank you so much, Ashish, for being with us today and sharing your insights for this program and supporting us in our fight.
Thank you. Thank you for your initiative. Thank you for your initiative. Appreciate it.